primary election, only 16.9% of registered voters got out to vote. So, what plans do you have to increase the number of Philadelphia voters?
Okay, the first thing we need to do is become civically engaged. We need to bring voting and the whole institution into the school system. Did you hear? Can you hear me now? The first thing we need to do is become civically engaged. We need to go to the voter. We need not to talk over their head. We need to talk directly. We need to go to the recreation center, to the mosque, the community center. It's 66 wards. No ward should be unattended. We also need to develop a strategy that we have voter awareness and voter education. People should not know that, well, oh, what are we voting for when you get to the polls? They should know prior. We should know prior. We should address our millennials and make sure they feel comfortable and secure the right of voting. Do not accept voter suppression. No way we're going to do that. How I'm going to increase voting? I'm going to the people, door by door. Every vote counts.
So Omar, you segue right into the next question, which is the fact that new voting machines have been purchased. And you will already be in office at that point, but how would you propose to make this a smooth transition for voters, especially our older voters who are oftentimes not computer savvy?
I have a problem with the new machines. Would you buy a car that you never test drive? My father is 94 years of age. He's an older person, never missed a voting. And we're bringing out machines that he have no knowledge to. I am aware that you have social media, you have Twitter accounts, but what about the older voters who does not have access to computers? What I'm saying is that we need a test drive on those voting machines. We need to bring each of those machines to every division and give the community the opportunity to test drive it so to secure them when they come and vote, that their vote will be accountable. I'm a hands-on person. I believe in touch and agree. That's what I believe in. I believe that we need to be more engaged. We need to take the commissioner's office out of City Hall and bring it to the community. We need to bring the machines to the community. They should not be introduced to the machines on election day. No way. That is an insult to integrity.
From the audience, what is your position on new voting machines and the process of choosing them? So the question is, what is your opinion regarding the process that was used to purchase these machines?
Okay, well,
Okay, let me answer this question for you. Let's be frank. It was horrible. It was a disgrace to our integrity. The machines were purchased without no awareness to the community. The people that was involved should have accused themselves because they were running. So they were impartial, and they shouldn't have never been a part of this process. See, the thing about voting and commissioner is the beginning part of democracy. So how are you going to exclude the people that is a part of that process? We as the community, we as voters should have been a part of that decision. I think that the commissioner's office, they should have accused themselves. We should not be assuming these machines. And so we should have had input. The community should have had input. The voters should have had input or whatever. This is civil engagement. This is just not one organization that's a part of it. It takes a whole body. No, they should not have been in that decision making to purchase those machines. No form or fashion. That's what I'm saying. Now, as far as getting the voters out to learn the machine, when are we going to learn it? If I had the power, I would send them all back.
Next question.
Are there any other questions from the audience? No other questions from the audience? So what we're going to do is each of you have 1 minute to close.
1 minute.
1 minute. And she's the timekeeper, so pay attention.
Okay. My name, of course, is Carla Cain. My name is Carla Cain. I'm here to be engaged. I'm here to let the voters know that each vote counts. This is not a limited process. This is you need a whole lot to bake a cake. You need sugar, butter, salt, and everything. We need to use all avenues. We need to use the written avenue. We need to use use the grassroots avenue knocking on doors. We need the unions, we need the teachers, we need the mothers, we need the uncles, we need everyone to know the importance of voting and what you need to do about voting and how voting's secure. Now listen, we're about to come into an election in 2020 that we're going to change our life. No one in this room probably is assuming that they want Trump. So we have to start at the beginning of democracy and secure people with the proper machines and the opportunity. No community should be left out. From the northeast to the south, to east to west, every community is valued. In Carla Cain world, every community is valued. And I'd like to thank all the audience who took their time and could have been in other places, but they chose to come here and listen to candidates. And I also want you to do, if everyone would knock on their door and tell their neighbor, we appreciate you, come out and vote. Remember, vote 41 and you're done.